So, I'm back at Azkaban Prison, also known as Barnwell. I got back yesterday after spending about 5 days in the hospital. I got to the hospital last Wednesday, last Wednesday, which was the 12th, and then I just got out yesterday, and I had a major operation too, actually, and I am just like Frankenstein's monster now, like the bruises and can you even see that? Yeah, the bruises and the scabs from just like them poking and prodding at me are terrible. And then my stomach, I have 30 staples going down my stomach, and then I have the urostomy on one side and the colostomy on the other, and I think that they took out my bladder. I could swear that the doctor said that, but whenever I tell someone, they look at me like I'm nuts, so maybe I am, I don't know. So, I still feel kind of beaten down, and yesterday, when I got back, I was still in a lot of pain, and, I've been in the hospital way longer just for like a urinary tract infection. They like pushed me out of the hospital. I'm like, seriously, I'm in so much pain, like I can't leave, and they're just like, nope, you have to go, bye. So they pushed me out, which I guess I feel better today, so maybe I was ready, and I was relying too much on the IV pain meds. And then my room was like freezing the entire time, like freezing, like 20 degrees, and nobody would fix it, and I was in the room for like 5 days, and I'm like, really? And then surgery took like at least 8 hours, but I don't know, I just remember being in the PACU, I think it's called, where you just get it out of like surgery, and they're like trying to stabilize your pressure and make sure you're not in like debilitating pain. I remember looking up, I saw a clock, it was 6 o'clock, and I had gone in at about like 8:30, 8:40, and I remember looking at the clock, and I was like, oh my god, someone tell my parents to go home, because they have been sitting there, for like 8 hours, but nobody was listening to me. They had this tube shoved down my throat, shoved down my nose, down my throat, into my stomach, and then they had oxygen taped over that, and oh my god, that was the worst, like the worst. It reminded me of my car accident, where they had the suction tube down before they put the trach in, and they had all sorts of drains and like wound vacs on me, and I guess it looked worse than it was, because they like shoved me out the door. But I've got my drains now, so hopefully my wound will finally heal. But now I have all this other shit that's gotta heal. Like, I'd show you my stomach, But right now the staples are covered up with like these dressing things. I don't even know why, what the point is. But I'm pretty sure you don't want to see like my bags of piss and shit on my stomach. But it is like a war zone down there. And looking at it, I'm just like, I'm never getting laid again. Just never. But I gave up on that a long time ago anyway, so. And I know I still look kind of like dead. I didn't, put makeup on or anything, because I'm just like dead ass tired and couldn't sleep last night because like I had all this air trapped in my stomach. I didn't know what it was, but now I know that it was air. And when they were getting me, or when my aide was getting me up, I didn't even know if I wanted to get up today. I was in so much pain, but it's so good I did, because when she rolled me over, when she was dressing me and stuff, like just all this air like escaped out of my mouth, like not even a burp. It was like a balloon, like just running out of air slowly. It was like the weirdest thing. So yeah, that made me like toss and turn as much as I can, really. I kept just like shifting my arms and like my neck, and like it was so restless of a sleep. And then, what are they called? Phlebotomists, the ones that draw blood. She came in and I was just like, no, get the fuck out. And she did, but then my aide brought her back, and I was like, why? And she's like, she really needs to take your blood. And I'm a hard stick, so like, there's one of the bandages she couldn't get enough out of, and then on my knuckle there's this bruise, and she was like flicking it to try to find like the vein that they had used prior. And I screamed at her, or I yanked my hand away because she's like flicking my bruise like as hard as she can, and I'm just like, I ripped my hand away, and she's like, calm down, or stay still or something. I'm like, stay still? Are you fucking serious? You're sitting here flicking at my fucking bruise. And then she poked me right in the bruise where they had found the vein before. So I'm covered in bruises and scabs and soon to be scars. So just call me Frankenstein's monster if you saw the staples. You would. Anyway, like, subscribe, or don't. You do you. Peace out. Much love.